Greetings, greetings. This is Body-Culinary. So I just wanted to um, touch in and touch base really quickly before I go do my portion of watering in the garden. So the direction of Body-Culinary as a channel and as I continue on my path, I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I'm up to. So I am a lifelong learner. I love learning. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do as a child is to learn every language in the world, right? So sometimes we spend so much time thinking about, well, how am I going to do that? How is that even possible? That we never really embark on it. So I have embarked on it, and I want to continue. I'd like to make progress. So I realized that we learn a lot through play when we're having fun, when we have support, and when we're engaged with other people. So one of the things that I'm up to this year is putting out there that I'm going to be exploring more languages. And I'm thinking the more fun I have, the easier, I'm just throwing out there, the easier I'll be able to attain the languages. Now, I'm not looking necessarily for perfection in the languages, but I've always been fascinated by what causes people to do the things that they do, what causes people to be self-motivated. And I'm always curious about the process of accomplishment and how to shorten the learning curve. And one of the things I've identified is fun when you're having fun with other people. So do let me know if you're interested and if you have a healthy curiosity about the possibilities, because I'm sure just me putting it out there, some other possibilities will show up. Because how many of you would like to learn another language like Spanish? So I did get a chance last year to go to Guatemala with my best sister friend. And I got to take some classes as she was taking her art classes, and I got to use some Spanish. Now, there were some times where it was very challenging because some people would have just assumed I would speak Spanish, and they just started speaking to me in Spanish, and I would say, they just did not let up. So it kind of really forced me. I found myself really delving into whatever my vocabulary is, and sometimes when I didn't even know the word, I could pick up on the context and intonation and the body language and learn that way, right? So that was really, really interesting. So the more I stayed engaged in the conversation, the more I got out of it. So that was really exciting. So I'm kind of, I'm looking. I do understand that there is a process, right? There's definitely a process, and there's so many languages that I would like to learn. So there's some other interests that I have, and if you would like to participate, let me know. And if you'd like to be included in a mastermind group of a lot of the big things that I'm up to and I'm interested in learning, as well as my forte, as many of you may know, is natural fitness. I've worked as a personal trainer for many years, and I'm trained as a professional chef. My specialty is whole living natural food, plant-based. That's my specialty, right? And I really love it. So that's my specialty. That you'll always find that on this channel, but I'm definitely expanding into other things because I've also found that sometimes only with so much we can talk about food, food. And from my simple observation, sometimes we're not being fed in other ways, so we'll often medicate ourselves with food. If you're not in a relationship, or you may be spending a lot of time pining after a relationship, mourning the loss of a relationship because we have this ideal of what it should look like. And I found sometimes we discount love relationships in other forms in terms of friends, family members, or even though love is really affection, right? And I think we have all these romantic stories, and sometimes we could be missing out from having fun, learning languages. My other interests are roller skating / roller blading, and those things are really fun to do with other people. And I'm prepared to do things on my own because sometimes you can miss out when you're waiting for people. But I'm totally prepared to do a lot of these things on my own. I'm also interested in capoeira. I love drumming and dance, African dance especially, capoeira. I'm drawn to modern dance, and I think quite often we wait for permission. While I love learning, I also observed that sometimes the system and the way we're brought up in learning, many of us, the whole process of being graded on tests, which is really supposed to be a diagnostic, sometimes I feel like part of the school system makes us feel inadequate, or like if we don't have permission, you can't be a dancer or you can't play an instrument unless you scored, you have this IQ, or unless you have money and those things. And with technology and the internet and so much information available to us, there's no reason that we can't be constantly learning and identify people that also want to learn. You know, as I've traveled, there are other people in other countries that would love to learn to speak English. So I am going on a journey. I'll be sharing a lot of things that fuel me and that are my foundation. Again, food and play and fitness. I'm exploring aerial silk. A lot of these things I've been doing on my own because there's no reason to put life off. We can talk about the next life, but I'm really concerned with this one because life is really a succession of now moments. I can vouch for this life. I can't vouch for the next one. So if I'm having a great time, I expect that to continue. And it's really about living rather than live fear-based and constantly being lured into thinking about, wars and all kinds of negativity and other stuff going on. Yes, but that's one channel, and there's other stuff that's going on. So I am really interested in it. And that's actually part of the way that I found my way. I'm doing so much gardening. So I've got a nice sized little humble garden from just me getting started and not being afraid to quote unquote fail, or which is, it has a negative connotation, but it's really just the learning process. A lot of us sometimes can become paralyzed and don't ever start, anything out of this fear, this paralysis of so-called failing. But there's no failure. You just learn and get feedback. And if you have other people to engage with, you're getting more and more feedback. Because how many of us would eat better, would make more delicious food for ourselves, and get out and play and dance if we had somebody to do it with? So I encourage you not to wait for a quote-unquote romantic relationship. To have fun and explore these different things. And I really want to encourage, young people, mothers, folks that are single, or even, parents that are already in a relationship, or that may be married. Your life is not over because you have children. That's just one of the many roles that we play. So do let me know if you're interested in participating in a mastermind group. Definitely, if you're a young person, I've had several people reach out and ask me questions. So, I would have loved to have me as a mom when I was younger, just to share a lot of my experiences. Now, again, I don't have any camps for anybody to follow, any religious groups or whatever, but I definitely have a lot of insight and practical knowledge I wish that somebody would have shared with me when I was in my early teens and 20s, so I could stay on a path and a focus towards what my goals are and not get so distracted, right? Because once folks start engaging sexually or getting into certain things, you can really get distracted from developing yourself and exploring your life before it's time to have children, right? So I really want to encourage you to think about how you'd like to play, how you'd like to participate, right? Because rather than hate, we can participate, right? Rather than just envying somebody else's locks, or envying somebody else's body, or envying somebody that seems like they have it all together, has a better life than you. Everybody has gifts and has their own intelligence and something to bring to the table and to offer. So I have lots and lots to share. Please hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload new videos and new content. You can follow Body-Culinary on Instagram, on Facebook, as well as this YouTube channel. Do feel free to leave a comment below. There are some great videos, at least my humble contribution on thin locks. Somebody did comment that he thought I had thick locks, but I can tell you that they're actually really thin. Sometimes when they're wet, they may look fluffy. These started out as double strand twists, and then some palm rolling. Now they're not retwisted at all, but they're very, very thin. Some of them I think are even going to break off, but that's okay. So information about locks. If you're interested in coaching and like some guidance on how to make fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds a way of life, so you don't have to diet anymore. You can really enjoy it. Do feel free to reach out and contact me. And if you'd like to get some coaching on clearing up your skin without a bunch of products, I'm just using whole, fresh, living foods inside and actually on my skin, which saves a truckload of money and really helped me clear up quite a case of stubborn acne. Feel free to reach out to me on the bodyculinary.com website, and I will see you soon.